Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning and happy hump day. We are at the midpoint of the week. That is some good news. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. One more day until The Lion King. I did look up the times at my local theater. It is indeed in theaters tomorrow, first showing, 6 p.m. I am not going anywhere near the theater tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm sure it's sold out anyway. My plan is to hopefully go first showing on Monday morning. I know. I just can't deal with the people. The people. They drive me crazy. So, a couple more days till I get to see The Lion King. One more day until you have the opportunity to see The Lion King. They did a special last night on ABC about the making of the new Lion King, comparing it to the original animated version. Some interesting things that we found out. Apparently, Disney was not crazy about this project at all. It kept getting put on the back burner. Initially, it was not intended to have music at all. But one of the producers had brought in Elton John, and he did his magic, and they're like, okay, we'll include some songs. But even with that, apparently, with the final cut before it was released, they had taken out the scene, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? With the two of them falling in love and, discovering their love for each other. And Elton John was shocked, to say the least. Obviously, they ended up putting it back in the movie. It's one of the greatest scenes of all time. And, it's just some interesting stuff. They went to Africa to learn how to play some African-themed music. A lot of details go into these movies. It's kind of startling to realize how much research and detail that they go through to make it as authentic as possible. Because remember, it was a cartoon. But yeah, obviously it worked. Here's another interesting thing that they pointed out in the special. One of the characters, one of the people that are voicing one of the new characters had mentioned about Hakuna Matata and how it means no worries. We knew that. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. He had mentioned, and I was trying to think about this, and I just don't know. He said, when I was growing up in school, nobody said no worries. Nobody used that as like a go-to. I say no worries all the time. Somebody says, sorry, I can't make it, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I can't come over. Sorry, I can't bring the dish you want. No worries. That's what I always say to them. No worries. No worries. Did that start from The Lion King? Did it? Very possible. Do you remember hearing that used as a phrase before 1994? No worries. No worries. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Right, I'm going to move on. My husband just kind of laughed at me a little bit yesterday when I was watching the special. I was all into it. I was like, don't you want to stay up and watch this? He's like, you can tape it for me. I said, I have a feeling that if I DVR it, you will never watch it. But that's okay. He likes his nerdy comic book movies, and I love my Disney movies. I wanted to mention the moon. Did anybody see the moon last night or this morning? Holy moly. I went to take the dog out about 9 o'clock last night, and I don't normally take the dog out. Normally that's a Joe job. He usually does it right before he goes to bed, but we had taken her for a little walk, and he didn't take her out right before he was going to bed. I said, don't worry about it. I will take her out right before I go to bed, because I knew I was staying up till 9 o'clock to watch my whole Lion King special. So I took the dog out, and the moon was high in the sky, and it was this brilliant color, like this almost orangey. They say it's the warning, to sail or take warning or whatever, that kind of color. But it's just such a cool-looking sight when you see it. And the heat wave is on, people. And that's probably why the moon was that, a little off color. The humidity is here. The heat is here. We've got heat indexes of over 100 degrees. I think Saturday it's going to feel like 110 degrees. One of the days this week, the temperature is actually predicted to be 100. And I think this heat advisory is in effect until like Monday. Ugh. Yesterday was a little more humid than Monday. I did spend most of the day outside yesterday. I was trying to take advantage before the heat really set in. And I got to tell you, walked out onto the porch this morning, and as one of our forecasters have put it, it's air you can wear. Yes, it hits you in the face the minute you walk out that door. I was thinking about doing a kayak ride after the podcast this morning. Water level's a little low right now. I don't like to really go in low tide. By the time the water level comes up, it's going to be hotter. Sun's going to be way up high. I don't know. We'll see. Supposed to go to the gym today. Still not doing that exactly the way I'm supposed to, but I will get there. I will. Trust me. So, the moon. I hope you got a chance to check it out last night. If you did not, I hope you get a chance to check it out tonight. Hopefully it'll be the same cool color. Because the heat is on, people. The heat is on. We're going to be hot and steamy. Quick story I wanted to tell you. Oh, I have to tell you this funny story about my neighbor. My neighbor that lives on the right of us, they are full-timers here. They live here year-round. And one of their kids is down for the week for vacation. Their daughter and her husband and their little girl. And he had leaned over the railing yesterday and asked Joe and I if we wanted a burger. He had done some homemade burgers. And we're like, oh, it was like 7 o'clock. I was like, oh my gosh, we ate hours ago. But I was like, next time give us a little warning and we'll save room. He's like, all right, my homemade burgers, what? All right. So I come back in and I change to go to the outside shower. And as I'm in the outside shower, I can hear a discussion going on. And this is the one downfall of an outside shower. I had some incidents with the outside shower yesterday, just for the fact that, you're outside. So, if somebody comes strolling up to there's a lock on the inside. Nobody can get in. But I took a shower yesterday morning after my bike ride, and yesterday was recycling day, and our neighbors here are very kind. As soon as the recycling or the trash guy comes, they usually put our trash cans back where they belong for us. So they decided to do that when I was in the shower. So all I hear is a bunch of noise and rocks moving around because they were walking up onto the property. And I'm like, in the shower going, oh, is somebody coming in the yard? What's going on? Then I realized it was the trash can. Okay, no problem. Same thing last night. Get back in the shower, need to wash off all the sunscreen and all that kind of stuff that I had put on throughout the day. And that's when my neighbor started having a conversation with Joe over the railing. And I was like, what? Who's out there? Apparently, our neighbor had put, I guess, 3 of his burgers on the table to put onto the grill. And he either just turned away or went back inside to grab something, but a seagull took all 3 of his burgers. All 3 of them. This is why we don't like the seagulls around here. They are mangy little grubbers. Yeah. So I hope they got sick. I hope that bird got sick from the raw meat. I know. I'm mean. I am mean. He stole that poor guy's dinner. Thank goodness we didn't want a burger because, now he had extra because he didn't know he was going to be feeding the seagulls 3 burgers for dinner. Rats with wings. That's what we call them. Rats with wings. So yesterday was the final day of Amazon Prime Day. Did you get your orders in? Did you get your good deals? They are warning people to keep an eye on your packages when they arrive. There are more and more thefts right around Prime Day because the thieves know that there's going to be lots of packages showing up at your house. It's not a big deal for me because I'm home. I can check periodically throughout the day. They don't even ring the door or knock on the door anymore. They just put up at the top of our steps. I've talked about this before. I have a little bit of an issue when the delivery people just put a package on the top of our steps because we have a porch and it's very clearly a porch. They could just stick it inside the porch. I mean, it's going to be an extra step or two. And then, of course, you have to grab the handle. I know that's very difficult. If they just put it inside the door, nobody would be able to see it. Some have done it. Most do not. Some people have pointed out that, maybe they're afraid to open up the door to your house. It's a porch. I don't have a problem with that. It's a porch. I don't want strangers coming up and, just rummaging around my porch. But to deliver a package, I would appreciate that little extra effort to stick it somewhere where it can't be spotted. That's all I'm saying. When I was working, a lot of times I would get packages sent, unless it was a very large package, obviously. I would get them sent to work, so I didn't have to worry about that. Or maybe get them sent to a friend's house that is going to be home, or a neighbor's house that will be home. But yeah, try and figure out a way so that these packages aren't just sitting outside your house all day long. Because, there's lots of people out there that want your goods. You paid for them, and they get to enjoy them. So try and figure that out before the packages start coming in hand over fist. Lots and lots of packages from Amazon. So I'm going to go on to my topic, which was about dogs versus cats. There's an article from InStyle magazine. It has a picture of my girl Tay Tay with one of her cats. And I always if I have an opportunity to share a picture with Taylor Swift, I try to. So it's an InStyle magazine article about being a cat lady is good for your health according to science. So they say it's time we squash the crazy cat lady stereotype once and for all. She says, sorry, dog people, but not only do most of us know plenty of decidedly normal cat lovers, but years of scientific research suggests that cohabitating with cats has zero effect on developing psychosis later in life. I always kind of thought that was a joke. I didn't think that people actually took that seriously. The crazy cat lady. Why can't I say that? Crazy cat lady. I talk too fast. I thought that, it was just kind of a joke, as the woman that lives by herself. She has a bunch of cats. I didn't think that people really thought she was literally psychotic. I just thought that they thought she was crazy about cats, hence crazy cat lady. So, scientists, though, have found that cat ownership can be beneficial to our health in a number of ways. Most significantly, researchers observed a decreased risk for death due to heart attack and all cardiovascular diseases among persons with cats. Now, I can say cardiovascular and all of that kind of stuff, but I couldn't say crazy cat lady. I tell you. So I asked you, are you a cat or a dog person? Michelle says definitely dog. Jim says, let's put it this way. If Tucker was a cat, you'd have to find a new pet sitter. Oh, my. Jim is the pet sitter for Tucker when we go away. He always tries to steal her from me because she's the best dog ever. I know nobody else thinks that they have the best dog ever. Mine truly is the best dog ever. Lynn says, I like cats, some, but I am by heart a dog person. Joe says, I like cats, but dogs are better companions. Absolutely. Denise put a little dog emoji. It is a World Emoji Day, by the way. People just wanted to throw that in there. And Gail says dog as well. I have had one cat in my life. Frisco. He's called Frisco Jones. I loved Frisco. I had him for about 13 years. He was the fattest cat. Oh, my goodness. He was so fat. He was 24 pounds. That is almost double what my dog is.